I started with the last album I did writing characters, and what happened was people were sending me movie scripts over the few years previous and asking me to write songs from the point of view of the characters, and I just fell in love with doing that, you know. So I guess with this album, there's probably 2 or 3 songs that are sort of personal / autobiographical, but there's about 4 female characters on the record, apart from myself, and there's one who turns up a bit more often than the others.
Yeah, but in one track, when you sing the lines, "I don't much like life, my head got wrecked by the business, I became the stranger no one sees," that is you,
Well, that would be one of the more personal songs, yeah, probably. There are 3 songs that are kind of personal. One is called How About I Be Me, which was supposed to be on the last album, it didn't make it in the post. Then there's a song called Dense Water, Deeper Down, and then this song. But the others, there are about 4 female characters, and there's one who kind of turns up a bit more often than the others, who's trying to kind of work out something for herself.
Do you think many musicians get wrecked by the business?
I think it can be, I suppose like any job, it has hazards, do you know what I mean? And it can take a while to get used to the hazards, put it that way, you know, so it can be a little bit of a head wreck, you know. I'm sure probably you deal with something similar yourself, you know, and maybe not quite so extreme, but there are hazards around being well known, perhaps. You know what I mean? I don't know on what scale they are when you're doing what you're doing for a living, but how you're perceived, or whether or not it's perhaps isolating that you're well known, or, you know what I mean, whether people will want to hang out with you for the right reasons, stuff like that.
You talk about perception. One of the things that I'm fascinated by, Bill touched on it, you know, how you look on the album cover, how you look in that video. Is it almost like you're acting a role at that point?
No, that's me. It's just I happen to have a wig on. Do you know what I mean? No, not at all. Like, it's me. I mean, the clothes are mine. Those are clothes I would go out in. Do you know what I mean? But it's just it's a wig. But no, I mean, I am what I would call a Stanislavski method singer. That's what I call it. So we play characters. Whether the character happens to be us is beside the point almost. But more often than not, it's not us. You know?
And you've picked up on this campaign from a few months ago. I'm not bossy, I'm the boss.
Yeah.
You know, that's the title of the album.
Yeah.
Bossy is such a difficult word for women, isn't it? What do you mean by that?
What do I mean by?
Yeah, when you're putting your name to that,
right.
How do you interpret it?
Well, do you know what? I basically, the campaign came around in February, and I'd never really heard of it before, but in the music business, a lot of artists will confirm this, that musical artists, male and female, we're often treated as if we're working for the people who are actually working for us. So you sign your deal when you're a teenager, you kind of get, this thing gets inculcated in you that everyone's doing you a favour. And in fact, it's the other way around. When you sign a record deal, you're doing them the favour, but it's encouraged in you not to perceive yourself as a boss, to perceive everybody else as the boss, and to go along with everyone's agenda and not be difficult.